Good morning. Welcome to the Gimpy's History Corner. This is Tuesday. I'm called Gimpy by my grandsons, Alice and Archie, who I'll pick up from school today. And then I'll have them all day tomorrow because there's no school tomorrow. And their parents are both working. All right, kind of an unusual topic here today. This is the history of the Amazon rainforest, South America. I've done a lot of videos on Latin America. Most of that had to do with politics and governments. This is geography. Geography is one of my favorite things. When I was a school teacher, I loved to teach geography. And I think that was one of the better things the kids liked about my class was geography. All right, Amazon rainforest formed tens of millions of years ago as the Andes Mountains uplifted on the western coast and redirected rivers eastward, creating the world's largest tropical rainforest. It now covers 5.5 million square kilometers across 9 countries, with half of it being in Brazil. The Amazon River supported large, complex indigenous societies for thousands of years. Archaeology has revealed urban-like settlements, road networks, and managed forests and agriculture. Technology has been developed that's put on airplanes and flown over the jungle, and it reveals what the earth is like underneath. And it has revealed the ruins of major cities and roads and so forth. So we didn't know that until this technology was developed. That's how thick the jungles are. European contact started in the 1500s, ran through the 1800s. Portuguese and Spanish colonization introduced disease, slavery, and extractive economies. Rubber, timber, and minerals. Millions of indigenous people were displaced or killed. The rubber boom happened in the 1800s to 1910. Amazon became a global industrial hub for natural rubber. Brutal labor exploitation was widespread. Now, what's happened in the 20th century? Brazil's military government pushed, in the 1960s and 1980s, pushed highways, cattle ranching, mining, and settlement. That was from Brazil, who had half of the river in its country. These policies started the first wave of deforestation. The problem for that is ecology and biodiversity. The Amazon is home to millions of species of animals. It plays a major role in global climate regulation, absorbing massive amounts of CO2. There are things called flying rivers. Moisture generated by the forest creates atmospheric rivers that influence rainfall across South America and beyond. What is the current status of the Amazon? It's under pressure. Deforestation and degradation, and losing forest over cattle ranching, industrial agriculture, which is soybeans mostly, illegal logging, mining, and road expansion. These are driving the forest toward a tipping point where large areas could turn into savanna. Climate stress, rising temperatures, and longer dry seasons weaken the forest's ability to regenerate. Some regions emit more CO2 than absorbed. Is that because they're burning the forest or something? Where's the CO2 coming from? Maybe from cattle? I don't know. Indigenous communities remain the most effective barrier to deforestation, but they face land invasions, violence, political pressure, and environmental containment from mining. So, indigenous people would like the forest to stay where it's at, but it's the politicians in Brazil and the big industrialists of Brazil who want to use the forest for its natural resources. Why it matters: global carbon cycles, rainfall patterns, biodiversity, and indigenous cultural survival. So I don't know what the right thing to do with the rainforest is. If Brazil needs the revenues, I don't know. Does it help more people to use the rainforest for other things? Or is it just helping a few rich Brazilians? Or is it some American company doing it? Probably an American company. We're the evil ones of the world who go in and corporate money change things for the indigenous people. I don't know. But I thought it'd be interesting to check on the rainforest. You hear about them every once in a while, and I'll get stuff in the mail, save the rainforest. So I don't know what percentage of the rainforest is left. Most of it is still there, I think. But it's being at a tipping point, as these experts say. And it's because of industrialization, industrial farming, mining, and industrialists trying to make money. So I don't know. It's a tough decision when you've got a good resource there for your country. Do you utilize that resource and destroy a natural forest? Or do you leave the forest alone and deny the industrialist its riches? Tough question. All right, that's video 297. We'll see what happens with the rainforest in the future. I'll provide updates if they come around. And I think that's all we're going to do today. Kind of a variety of topics coming up. Today is Tuesday. Ginger's breakfast. Here I come.